Joining us today is Nathan Hurett. He is the Director of Existing Industry Services for Catawba County Economic Development Corporation. Nathan, thanks a lot for joining us. You guys have had a lot of emails and conversation that's been going around about how local manufacturers who maybe typically wouldn't produce some of these really urgently needed medical supplies are retooling and really kind of pivoting to meet that need. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what's going on?
Yeah, I'll have to. It's an amazing process that's going on right now. Have this obviously the pandemic that's going on, and companies are rising to the challenge. It's been remarkable to at least have a firsthand viewing of folks that are trying to take what they do every day, especially a lot of kind of textile or companies that use cut and sew products. So we have a lot of upholstered furniture, obviously, in the Hickory market. Those same folks have the ability to cut fabrics, to take a pattern and make it into some form. Usually, they're sewing cushions or covers for an upholstered couch or sofa. But now they can kind of quickly pivot with the same, different materials and a different end product, but really taking the same principles they do every day and, world-class quality and making this urgently needed protective equipment for those healthcare workers right on the front line. So we're very fortunate. We just have kind of the end-to-end textile and supply chain, everything from the basic fabrics, potential antimicrobial chemicals that need to be applied on through the distribution channels here. And so it's kind of, no one wants this to be happening right now, obviously, but we are prime position to actually do something about it across really North and South Carolina. I mean, this is kind of the textiles hotbed, and we've got so much manufacturing. We're really using it to our advantage right now when we need it most.
Yeah, and I think it's really important. Really twofold. One, you're going to be able to meet and help meet these significant needs that we're hearing is going to be even more so as the days go on. But also, clearly, this provides a job for these people that need to keep their jobs and live by those paychecks on a weekly basis. So a press release was sent out yesterday from the Carolina Textile District. And it kind of talks about what manufacturers and nonprofits led by that organization are doing. Can you elaborate a little bit about that? And in particular, if I am someone that works with a healthcare, with a hospital, or I'm trying to figure out who I need to reach out to, what should I do? Do I need to reach out to this particular group, or what are the next best steps?
Gotcha. Carolina Textile District. Like I said, we've had some great unique assets across North Carolina and South Carolina that deal specifically with textiles. One of those we've got a couple of them really right in our backyard here in the kind of the Hickory region. One of those is a manufacturing solutions center. It's an international agency, and they're through the North Carolina Community College system, but they do product development, testing. Basically, you could walk in their doors tomorrow. I've got an idea on a napkin, but I don't know how to make it. I don't know how to source the materials for it, and I don't know how to actually sell or distribute it. So think of that same problem we're talking about with protective equipment for healthcare workers. I need to make something. I need to source materials. I need to get it out quick. So you've got this organization that's been around for quite a while now that has all the capabilities in-house to do it. Now let's combine that with the Carolina Textile District. They've been around for a number of years, and in essence, they are this network of private entities, kind of managed by this overarching group that you could go to them. Let's say last week you didn't have this problem. You said, I need 25,000 of the following items made, a textile type product. Well, they've got from end to end of the value chain. Again, we got the people that will potentially on the sourcing side for fabrics or yarns or anything you need there. You've got the actual folks that can fabricate it, sew it, cut it, do any finishing that may need done to it, and then actually get it out the door as a finished product to sell in the marketplace. So you're talking these two entities that are really kind of one and the same at this point, that are perfectly set up for, again, I need to make something, I need to get it to the marketplace, and gosh, I don't know who is actually going to actually source these materials. So they really been geared up for this very day. And so now we're shifting, we're taking all these entities that, again, they're closely related, like a upholstered furniture company or folks that work with medical fabrics and things, and we're trying to shift them all towards the Carolina Textile District, because I've talked to probably in the last week or just in the last day or two, I probably talked to 10 or 12 different companies that are doing this on their own. You know, they have some base of the materials in-house. They maybe make gloves, for instance, and they've shifted over of their own accord. And that's tremendous, and they should be applauded for taking that initiative. But we also need on scale. And so if we can collectively send all the folks that need PPE, so if you're, I just got off the phone literally 5 minutes before this interview with the lady that's in charge of procurement for 80 different assisted living centers across the country. And they're looking for isolation gowns. And she's found masks, she's found all these other things, but she's struggling on isolation gowns, because obviously those are going more to your hot spots at this moment, and they should be. But she's struggling on that. But yet she knows if there's a potential outbreak in her assisted living homes, that's the next thing. She's going to have a huge struggle on her hands. She already does. Just trying to make sure there isn't one in any way. So we're trying to shift people just from an economies of scale. If you need PPE, they go to their website, Carolina Textile District. If you Google search that, literally the top right-hand corner says COVID-19 response. There's 2 options you'll see on that page. We need PPE. So again, your healthcare providers, systems. I know there's a number across North Carolina we've been in contact with just in the last couple of days that are going through that. Really, that's to gauge demand and to also gauge kind of, this is starting with masks, but next is, okay, what is it? Isolation gowns? Is it surgical hats? Really, this is an effort to hit all those boxes for folks that need them. It's not just masks are a definite need, and that's what we continue to hear is the most immediate need. You see it on TV, of course, but eventually, you know, disposable scrubs, things that are washable, all these things will be needed in time. And the hope is by shifting all of these different companies and all these different folks that may need this very urgent equipment in one place, you can kind of understand the supply and demand. We know we've got 600 sewers at our disposal. You know, you've got the need for 30,000 more isolation gowns. It really kind of gives you both sides of it to understand to where to best put your resources. So that I'm just a bit player on the side of this, but really trying to get the word out about pushing companies, especially that have some capabilities and interests. And also, like you said, want to potentially keep some of their folks working when they otherwise might not be. That's the hope. We're going to kill a lot of really big stones right now, hopefully with this effort of producing this needed PPE and getting it out the door to these folks on the front lines.
Well, it's a phenomenal effort that's underway, and I think you guys are just doing a great service to everyone, and we are so appreciative of your leadership with this, and I'm sure we're going to be checking back in with you in the coming weeks and days, and yeah, and hopefully this will be able to meet the needs that we have for all of those necessities, and it will help paychecks continue to come home and industries to stay in business, because it really has become kind of a double whammy for everybody in a lot of different ways. Nathan, thank you so much.
This is the modern equivalent of Rosie the Riveter. You know, people to the need, people mobilizing on a national scale. And I think kind of the interesting part is I keep seeing these articles and across the country of people doing this of their own accord. And I know you got Carolina Textile District, the Manufacturing Solutions Center. They're probably one of, I give an example, there's probably 20 other of these groups out there we just don't know about, and they're doing great things as well to meet this need. So it's really cool to just be on the sidelines of it. And I wish we weren't doing it, but it's encouraging and people that people are, and they're willing to make this happen and do it so quickly.
Completely agree. Thanks so much, Nathan. We wish you the best of luck.
Pleasure.
Thanks.
Y'all too. Thank you.